What is going on, everyone? Dang, chat is already popping. Where you at? Let me get the link. Got some interesting talking points today. There's the link. Let me get my YouTube streaming. Big decision to make. Maybe you guys can help me out. I'm waiting to hear back from Dr. Lori on something I'm considering making a big purchase on. But it is a big one if I do it. So be curious to hear your thoughts. All right. Let's mute that. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right, there's Clay.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. So I'm curious, will you give a hint of what big purchase means?
Yeah, well, I'm going to walk you through it. Now, you know, I have a pretty high risk tolerance because kind of like the auction part, I believe you do. Scared money makes no money, right?
Yeah,
he says something like that.
Yeah.
And I do believe in that. But at the same time, you do got to factor in cost and comps and sell-through rate.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm going to walk you through something I'm looking at. It's an auction that ends in a little bit over 2 hours.
Okay.
And maybe I can give some. I have emailed Dr. Lori.
Yeah.
So I pay for that service. And she will also help. Like if I send her pictures of auction, me, you know, what she thinks.
Yeah.
So that's valuable. But I only barely. All right. Well, first of all, let me talk about schedule. So I changed my schedule. Man, I don't know why. I got up super early this morning, like 5 a.m. And I couldn't go back to sleep. So I came in here, did a few emails, accepted a couple offers, all that kind of stuff. And then I started listing. And then I had my 8 a.m. call with Chris, which is, you know, good like always. And then the big switch was at 9 o'clock when the call was over, I started listing and I went to about 12:30 or 1.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit over, all right, I got a little bit over 4 hours in of listing, which is my goal to hit at least 4 hours per day. And so then so what was that, about 1 o'clock, I started shipping. Dang, the chat is moving. I started shipping. And it took me about an hour, and I've got almost everything shipped out. So my shipping process is much faster, which is good. Get the chopper. And then, all right, so my whole plan is once I'm done with shipping, so say around 2:30 to 3, then I can spend that time between the time I'm finished shipping and our show, like sourcing online, whether that's storage units, auctions, retail arbitrage, whatever I want to do.
Yeah, research, whatever, yeah.
So that's what I was doing, and I haven't been looking at auctions because I'm still not done with my small desk pile.
You're trying to be good, and yeah.
But I am knocking it out. I knocked out several lots today, so I made a big dent in it. And so this is what I found. So I'm going to walk y'all through it, and I'll kind of walk you through what I looked at, and I'll be curious what y'all think. All right, so I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to take you to the auction I'm looking at. I'm going to take you to the item I'm looking at. Oh, and by the way, I sold that ice cream machine, just sold for $175. The one from that garage sale, like 15 minutes ago. So that was pretty sweet.
The garage sale where I bought the record?
The one by the school. Is that the one?
By the school? Oh, from the school. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot you got one there.
Well, actually, all right. So this is all right. This is what it is.
Yeah, silverware.
Let me go to a lot of details. And this one's a real interesting one. and I was in it at 510. So right now I'm outbid at 520.
Ooh.
So it is a international Sterling Northern Lights. It sets 8. It has 8 appetizer forks, 8 teaspoons, 8 soup spoons, 8 teaspoons, 8 salad forks, 8 dinner forks, 1 grapefruit spoon, 4 serving spoons, 8 butter knives, 8 knives, 1 serving fork. And it comes in this chest, which to me, because I did a little research, like these were made from 46 to 48.
Okay.
And so basically it's a complete set, which may be in the original box.
Yeah.
And when I first looked at this, it was like at 300, and I was holding the high bid for a while at 510, and bidder just took. All right, so now let's walk through this, right? So you want to search comps. So let's do this. Let's go straight to eBay first.
That's not blue.
So there's 101 available, and I'm going to sort this high to low. And you see with this top one, what they're asking. Now, keep in mind, these are not the solds yet. These are current listings, right? This one's listed at $46.50.
Come here, Scooge.
Now, it is, this one's 77 pieces. I counted mine. Mine was 70.
Okay.
So it's a little different, but it's very similar. This is a 12 set. Mine's an 8 set. But this box is a new box. So I don't, like if the one I'm looking at is the original, I think it would be obviously more valuable than just a new generic box. And there's several. There's another one at $42.50, $39.95 for 67. Now, we all know it's not what people are asking, it's what they've sold for, right? So now let's look at solds. Now, and so the sell-through rate, the sell-through rate is not good. 7 have sold out of about 100. So your sell-through rate, so this could be something I'd be sitting on for a while. But when you look at what has sold, look at this. 6 of these knives sold for $129.
Yeah.
That's it's like $21 each. 4 of the teaspoons sold for $106.
Yeah.
That's like $25. But I'm not seeing any of the big ones yet. So next thing I do is I go to Terapeak, right? So let's do the same thing. Now, obviously, that tells me I could break that set up, which I would not really want to do. I could.
Excuse me.
But let's go back a year on Terapeak and see what we got. We're going to sort it high to low. And here we go. Here's a 72-piece set. And I can't click on it because it's more than 90 days. But it's sold for $19.50 plus shipping.
Jeez.
So that kind of tells me that the one I have is probably worth about at least $2,000. But you don't see a lot of these big ones that sold. That's the only one in the past year. Now you do see a lot of the smaller 4-set forks for 110, the 4 spoons for 106, 4 forks for 100. So I mean, I could lot this out and probably even make more than the whole set. Well, all right. So now we're going to go to Worth Point.
Come here.
And by the way, I did send the link to Dr. Lori. So let me see if she's answering me. I'm going to check this.
Here. You want to be on the show?
Oh, look. All right. So here y'all go. Y'all can see the emails from Dr. Lori with me. All right. Here we go. This is exciting to me. All right. So email number 1. Oh, now I did ask her a couple things. Like this was in a lot. I found a little saucer plate. Yeah, she says it's worth 20, but early 1900s gilt border. All right, no big deal. I paid like 5 for the whole lot, so that's good to know, and it gives me a little information. But all right, let's see what she says about the silverware. Now this is the big one, because she is the PhD. She said the link didn't work. What the mess? All right, I gotta get the link to this for her. This is stressing me out because I really want her opinion.
Yeah, because that's a lot of dough, and it's not like our storage unit of books that we knew we'd make because there's a billion books. Yeah, this is one thing that Probably looks good, but in case she sees something that. Goodbye, cat.
All right. Oh, there it is. All right. There it is. Okay, so there's link. So I'm gonna wait for her probably because she got back to me. Oh, I need to know what she thinks on this. All right, but let's go through Terapeak. Well, that link should be good. Hopefully, she gets back to me. So, I mean, go Worth Point. Man, I'm jazzed up about this. So, International Sterling Lights, Hidalo. Look at this one.
Hey, Kevin.
This one sold in 2015 for $3,500. Now, I did look at it. The design on this one, it's 113 pieces, so it's a lot more, and the design pattern's a little different. So you can't really compare it to that one. Here's another one in 2017. And this is what you got to do. Yeah, that is the same design. All right, so this is the same design. So now we got to see how many pieces. Oh, this one had 24. This is a set of 24. Holy cow. So that would be, mine's a set of 8. So that one's, I can't really compare it to that one. Here's one that sold for $1,750. I don't know. It's hard to put this picture together. It's like a big puzzle.
I'm laughing at a comment. Jay said real quick, imagine if Dr. Lori just sniped all the listings you send her.
Well, that's the thing. So here's one that sold for $1,700. But it's been many years ago, though. But it had no case. So that's where I'm at. Oh, there. I didn't see Kevin there. Hey, Kevin. So that's where I'm at. It's like I figured the value at about 2,000 on it at least, and Kevin looks crazy. And so that's kind of where my 520.
Is it silver or is it silver plate?
Well, I think it's sterling. But the thing is, it's very rare. It was only made from 1946 through 1948. And it's got a low sell-through rate, but man, it sells for good money.
How much they want?
Well, it's on auction. There's about 2 hours. I was winning the bid at 510, and it's at 520 right now. So I'm gonna wait to hear. Hopefully, Dr. Lori takes a look at it. Hopefully, not like that.
Dr. Lori, I'm looking.
Hey, now she knows they're antiques.
Yeah, of course.
So that's my kind of thought process of how I look at those things, and it's. And I hate when you come to these auctions and like there's usually one other serious bidder that you're going to war with.
Yeah. So that's all online though, right?
Yeah, that's an online one. It's a local pickup.
We just opened up our thrifts today. I didn't go out though. I didn't bother. I'm tired.
Yeah, I haven't been out thrifting. I'm still working on my death pile.
Yeah, I gotta shoot down. That's some stuff in my living room, man. We gotta list more. We sold 9 items this weekend, and we haven't listed in a week. Only because we just been so busy, traveling this weekend. And other things. I mean, are you wearing a Tom Brady shirt?
Yeah, when I bought it, I didn't know that it was a Tom Brady. I just
come on, Clay.
I just like. Well, no, I've had.
No. See you, Clay. Bye, Clay.
No.
Punt.
I just punted. Liked the shirt, and then somebody, or it could be Roger Staubach, even I don't remember. Brian, I do have one from Poshmark coming, a Dirk Nowitzki shirt coming. It's a goat.
Yeah, now Dirk is the man.
I mean,
Brady's been great, but I would never wear a Brady shirt.
I may be moving closer over there.
Yeah, I just saw your message. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to the lady, and she's like, "We need to get your debt to income ratio down." I'm like, "Well, how far off am I?" She's like, "Well, you're a 660. We need you at a 680." And I looked on my Karma. If I put $1,100 on because I only have. They're not including I just paid my credit cards and my loan, so they're not including that, which is like $600. So I think we're gonna put $1,100 here in a couple minutes down on half it on my loan I have to bring it down to like 1,200, and then the other half to one of my credit cards that's at like 1,800, and then I'll definitely be in like 30%. I'll be like probably 35% on my debt to income ratio. And then I'll bring, because it said on my credit card, if I do it, I'll jump from a 670 to a 710. Okay. If I put $100 down or more on my income, my debt or credit cards, whatever.
Yeah.
So I called her and she said she's going to give me a call back after she talks to the lender and see what she says. Because I need to get a house this year.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
House is a good investment.
Yeah, definitely right now, man. It's a buyer's market with the virus and everything. She said if this was 3 months, I said, of course, my luck. If this was 3 months ago, we'd have no problem getting you done. Lenders are really tight right now. Because yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. Insane. They're nervous. Yeah, well, people have jobs to pay it back.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, look at my credit. Like, I have no late payments. I pay all my stuff on time. I actually just got a credit increase without even asking from Capital One. I went from like 700 to 1,600.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm just like,
thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
I really want a house, and I really want a house out there. You know?
I get it. I've seen a couple driving around these last few days, as I said in the chat, that I'm like going, huh, I could afford, like when I scrolled on Zillow and it tells you like how much the monthly cost would be. I'm like, I could do that. It's just, I don't have any money to put it down. And Brian knows my stupid car payment is, ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, that's the thing with me is my car payment's $440 because I rolled a little bit into it. I'm 2 years into it, but it's a lease. So in 2 years, I get it back. So she's like, that really has no bearing. It's more the credit cards.
Oh, Brian, if I decide I'd rather get the house, that's where I go to Dad and say,
you got a used box van for reselling, big SUV. Instead, he gets the Clay Caddy mobile.
Yeah, but you know the whole story with that and Willie
Nelson.
You gotta stand up to Willie Clay. We got to work on this.
But that wasn't even standing up. That was
1 second. I got a Val's comment. That'd be great on a t-shirt. Real resellers drink pickle juice.
Shit.
Like on a hot summer day. I like that.
A lot of people in the running group drink it. I just can't.
Defend your poor decision. Hey, Lady Luck Junk. Man, I'm stressed waiting on Dr. Lori to respond. Like I feel like there's opportunity there, but at the same time, I don't want to invest like $600,
Why
$700.
don't you ask Dr. Lori to come on and do an interview with you? That's what you should do.
She's too big though.
No way. Please, she. I'm sure she wants a YouTube following.
She has a big YouTube following.
You never know if you don't ask. The Green Room got on Frank Shamrock once. That's Ken Shamrock's brother. I mean. And Gary V. So, I mean, if you don't ask, you're never going to find out. Just say, hey, Lori, I'm a huge fan. This is what I do. This is my channel. I'm just starting it. I really follow you. Tell her the truth.
Yeah.
And say, I would love to get you on and just talk to you and pick your brain because I think that you're a world full of knowledge. Seriously, don't be.
I'm thinking about it. I will.
Yeah, man. Because people like this are easily accessible. I mean, it's not a celebrity. She just knows her stuff, and she's good at what she does, and she's got a following. Ask her. The worst she could say is, I can't fit you on my schedule right now. Or you can be like Pure Hustle Podcast, what they did to me. Totally blow me off, keep saying they're going to do it, then blow me off, then have Daily Refinement on. Or go on Daily Refinements. Yeah. So that was fun.
And they were fangirling on the Daily Refinement show too. That was fun.
I'm done with them. I unsubscribe to them and I don't need them.
I think their content's really good. I think it provides a lot of.
Oh, it definitely is. It is. But when you tell somebody, yeah, we'll do it, and then all of a sudden you hop ship and you go somewhere else. Yeah. No, thank you.
I'd rather just be straight up and just say, hey.
Okay,
I'd rather just be straight up, say, hey, you're not big enough or whatever. Just be honest.
It's not that I'm big enough, dude. My YouTube channel has more viewers than they ever had. Like, I mean, more total views than they do. It's not that. They even give me props. Oh my God, you're an OG. It's not that. It's what's in right now. That's all it's about, and that's all it is with that type of click. But tonight, dude, I'm so excited. For the first time in 5 years, we're doing a private hangout, just shooting the shit, man. We're not going to be doing a live video or even a private hangout. We're just going to sit there and hang out. Me, Golden Finger Picker, Ronnie Hart from Hearts Pickers, and the Gilmans. We're all just going to chill out and talk and see what we've all been up to and all that stuff, the real OGs, the ones that have done this forever. So I'm super excited to see Chad. I haven't seen him in forever, man. I'm so glad he's starting to make videos again. But dude, yeah, I'm excited. Those are my real people.
When is that?
Tonight we're gonna do it like 9 Eastern, but it's just gonna be private. We're not even gonna record it. We're just gonna hang out and talk. It's not even gonna be live.
Gotta feed the cat.
Hey, Clay, before you go, hey, did you read the comments? Box Sexy, Val's cruising around with their Highlander hybrid.
Yeah.
And Clay's pimping out the Clay's cat. I'm rolling in a freaking Toyota Prius.
Hey, you know the whole story though behind the car.
No, you want to share?
Tell us. I've been trying to.
Story time, guys.
Okay, yeah, but even though I share some of this story, okay, how do I say? So, my dad, as I've mentioned, maybe, or at least on my show, in August/September of 2018.
Yep.
He's ended up divorced. I'll just say that.
You're rich dad.
Forced into retirement from the company he started. That's some people's view. We'll just say that. Not mine, of course, in case somebody's listening who might threaten to sue me, who might or might not be my sibling, who might or might not be in charge of that company.
So the vein in your neck is throbbing right now.
Short, let me guess. He's the oldest, right?
Yeah. There's just the two of us.
Yeah. So I understand.
So, Dad ended up single and alone, no job, and did really well for what he did. He was a zoning consultant, like lobbyist for all sorts of things. Like our school, he helped get built, and the new arena. Well, it's not new now, but all sorts of things around town. And so he did well financially, but he wanted to a couple of years ago, or last summer then, when his lease was up on his Cadillac, like whatever, small SUV. He was like, well, why don't you buy that for me and trade in your Kia Optima hybrid? Because he wants to help me. But since he has the money, it's kind of like, I hate to say, he feels good about it because he doesn't have the company. It's like it's like, hey, I did well. I got the money. So he wanted to help me out. And so in the end, instead of taking that car, the nice Cadillac, and getting rid of my Kia, I ended up, he's leasing and I have, the XT4. And basically it's like, it's in my name. I'm making a lot of the payment, but he's also paying some of it because I can't afford that car. I wouldn't have chosen that car. I mean, Brian's ridden it. It's a great car, but it was his way. Huh?
What kind of car is it?
Cadillac XT4. It's like
how old?
Last summer, 2019.
I bought a brand new one.
Yeah. So it was Dad's way of So it was Dad's way of saying thank you, because when all the crap hit the fan, it was me that's still been there, and so it sucks his life kind of.
Clay does have his dad's back. Like Clay takes good care of his dad. I give you.
Yeah, like I'm super loyal. Like now, I do anything for, like, Kevin, I'd like to say it, but for Brian, for sure. Brian couldn't get rid of me at this point, because I do anything for him because he's like a brother now.
You guys are really good buddies.
Yeah, so that's why, huh?
I think we all are, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I have that car, because I loved my Kia Optima. It was a great car, I thought, and but now it's kind of like, ooh, a house could be good. So I almost want to go to Dad and be like, why don't we figure out when some of this clears up, if you're willing to help me, just give me some down payment instead. I think Brian froze.
Why can't you? Why can't you move in with him?
Oh, I would go crazy. I love my parents, but I couldn't live with either my mom or dad. One thought was like, if in a year, if I got a house or somewhere between now and a year, I have a college friend who lives up in the northern burbs, but misses living down like in the middle of town. Just have him pay basically what he pays this couple that are like our age, and be like, just pay that and some of the electric and whatever, then I could afford. Because like I said, there's some houses. That's why I was asking in the chat, are there things that are being flipped, that are, like the older 1950s, 60s, 70 houses that you could get, or you could update some, sort of thing. Because
I had a woman called in, I think on Friday, and said, hey, I was wondering if you could give me insurance on a house that I'm going to flip. And I was like, okay, I'll send you over to our other office because we don't do that stuff. But it goes to show that there is people starting to flip again.
Yeah. Yeah. All over Dallas and Fort Worth, it's just so many areas. Like some areas, of course, it's taking longer, but now it's just creeping like in the middle of town, whatever you want to call it, gentrification, just because so many people for 20 to 25 years, we've gotten like to the greater Dallas Fort Worth area. It's like 200 people a day or something insane, for 20 something years. I mean, and that's why the suburbs now go like, where the Cowboys practice. Frisco, from where I live right now, because there's no real traffic, even at 5, it's still 40 away, but 20 something years ago, there was nothing up there but farms, so, and now in the middle of town, there's old houses built in the 50s, 60s, 70s are getting flipped.
Well, the ones I'm looking at now it's so weird because I'm so used to houses not being older than like 1980 in the area, the county that I live in, and wanting to go to a county. Going to a county where like a lot of the houses I'm looking at are in like 1910s, 1920s, but
wow,
they're updated. So, and I like it because I think they have more character than our masonry concrete houses down over in my area. They're all just cookie cutters over here.
Like here, like where Brian is, some in his neighborhood are a little cookie cutterish, but not really, because there's probably several builders that built in his neighborhood. So they do that whole deal. They're similar, but 10 years, any similarities, people have painted a few things. There were neighborhoods here that were built like, in the 50s that now, and they were all like almost the same. And, over time, people changed a little, but yeah, that's cool. In Brian's town in Waxahachie, there's some awesome, like, 100-year-old houses or 1800s that are, probably inside totally redone or partially.
Yeah, if I was big balling, I'd buy one of those.
Right. Yeah. Oh, near downtown and stuff. Yeah.
By the park. Yeah.
Yeah. By Getzendinger, however you say it. Yeah.
Yeah. I like I said, it was weird. I've only had that feeling a few other times in my life. And that was when I lived in New Hampshire. And
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire too. So 2 times in New Hampshire. And then when I rode through that town, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. Like, this is great. It's exactly where I would love to raise my kids. And I'd actually wouldn't be scared for them to go for a walk, or ride their bikes around the neighborhood. Because it's feeders and and all the roads by my area are busy. It's so hard to find a road in my area that's not busy. Even the side roads. It's insane. We're very overpopulated over in our county. And Valor Milk, that's it was the Cool Ranch flavor.
Oh, Cool Ranch. I got some of those in the cabinet.
I was only able to get one of those chips and she ate the rest. So
you wrapped up.
Yeah, what?
Clay wrapped up the story.
Yeah.
Did Dr. Lori call it right back to you yet?
Not yet, man. She needs to come on. Like, I don't know what to do.
Right. Like, yeah. What's the timeline now?
There's 2 hours. Like, So the thing is, it could be conservative. It's worth $2,000, $2 to $4,000, but it's a slow sell-through rate. And
who cares, man? Someone will buy that. Some interior decorator will buy that for their customer.
I think so, but I've got another bidder that's, looks like they're pretty serious too. So I'd like to.
Sure. And you already know what you're doing though when it comes to that stuff,
Yeah, I would just like to get her value since I'm paying for this service, to make the final decision because it's right on the uncomfortable.
How much you paying?
If she came back like my max bid right now, like I only like to go a third in, right? A third in of what it's going to sell for. But if my comps are too low, like I'm thinking 2,000 to be conservative, but she comes back and says 4,000. Yeah. Well, that means I can go in more. So.
Have you sold anything that she said?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I've only sent in 4 emails so far because most of the stuff I can find on my own, either through Terapeak or WorthPoint. So it's only the things I can't find.
How much you paying her?
Oh, it's big. It's like $4.99, but it's for 6 months and it's unlimited. So
$499
for 6 months.
This chick is making bank.
Oh yeah.
But hey, dude, you can't fault her for it. She knows her stuff. When you know your stuff like that, man, your time is money, and that's what you're doing. She's spending her time. That's how she's making her money, is by you paying. And I don't blame you, man. You want to make money.
And I'm sure she probably thinks of it like a gym membership in a way. Like, even though people sign up, most people probably aren't going to hit her up all the time. Now, my thing is, I'm going to hit her up a lot. Like, I'm doing auctions, estate sales, and I'm going to bombard her with stuff. Plus, online auctions. Like, I think that's what I need to do more of. Like, especially furniture and paintings, because she knows paintings like nobody's business. So if I see some painting, I'm like, hey, what do you think? Tell me about this. What's the comps on these?
I love paintings, man. Fine artwork and shit like that. Thing is, I keep all my artwork. I don't sell it. I don't know why. I don't know.
I got a couple of pieces I picked up at an estate sale.
Yeah, Valmil, bank. That's what she's making. Bank. $499 for what? 6 months?
6 months.
Times out by 5 people, man.
It comes out to like $2.50 per day. So that's the way I've got to think of it. Like if I send in one thing per day, and she can help me price it. Like that book. Like she's the one. I couldn't find that book value anywhere. She came back with 4 G's on that. Like,
my cat. Let's go eat.
When that sells, that'll more than pay for the whole subscription.
Definitely, man. That's
if
all.
It doesn't,
it's a tool.
It turns out to be,
I'm sure it's a tax write-off too.
Yeah, that's it, right? It's a tax write-off. And if I use this like I'm planning, and at the end of the 6 months, I'm saying, hey, it was somewhat valuable, but not enough, then I live and learn. Like I think as resellers, and that's kind of my second talking point, is like risk tolerance. What type of risk tolerance do you have? And I think you've got to be able to roll the dice on things.
You have to. You always look at like a risk to reward. How much you risk in, and can you at least make your money back? And with the reward, and then everything else is gravy. That's how I always look at it.
That's a good way.
Shit. And he's frozen.
Yeah, and no, I'm still here.
Baby, gonna have some? I'm having a cigar. I love these friggin' backwoods, dude. My dad turned me on to those years ago, and I just started smoking them again.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And if you're a decent reseller, you shouldn't really be losing money on almost anything. It would have to be a fluke to lose money.
The only way you lose money is if you're like 70% of the people that get into this business, they start because they think right away they can make $1 million or $1,000 a week. It doesn't. The more you list, the more you sell. You got to build your inventory. You got to start, and then after you build inventory, you got to start becoming more strict. with purchasing more expensive items, making more profitable items. You know what I mean?
Yep. Because you get better the more you do this.
Of course you do. It's like an encyclopedia you're learning in.
No.
I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4,
the more you'll make. Clay feeds cats to Velveeta. I can see him doing that.
How many listings you get up today, Clay?
I'm at
I'm gonna share my listings. Go ahead.
Let's see. 9, and I'll get more while we're working now. You know, I'm still getting stuff from around. That pile is finally like, you know, it's shrinking. So I've had a couple sales today and yesterday. So
now, hey, look at my screen. Tell me, I'm not 07. First listing was up 607.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Bro, you're motivated,
5,
you're motivated.
6,
That's
7,
what I'm talking about.
8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That's what I'm talking about.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I got 23 up today.
Insane. How many?
Being in Chris's group, it's so motivating, dude. Like I was talking to Clay about this at the beginning. And it's not just Chris. There's a lot of other smart resellers in there. So we were talking about, like in the morning, that's when you have the most mental energy. I had been doing my shipping in the morning. I decided that was stupid. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing my 4 hours of listing right after my call, right when I'm motivated, my brain is
super excited. Yeah.
And then so I'm done by between 12 to 1, depending on what time I start. Then I do my shipping. And then I usually have an hour or two before this call. So then I do my online sourcing. And so it's like building out a schedule, getting better at your processes, and sticking with it every freaking day, man. Oh, I'm pumped.
How many have you sold today?
Today's been kind of slow. Here, let's see. I did have a good sale, so let me show you what sold today.
How many items do you have listed first?
All right, let's look. I know I'm over 700.
So now I'm at 711. I haven't listed in like a week though, and I'm still selling a bunch.
That's good, man. That you haven't listed and you're still that high.
I sold one today, sold one yesterday, sold 8 this weekend, and like I said, I was gone all weekend. So, I mean, we're gonna. So we're motivated now because we want to buy a house. So we want to save money to put more down to get my my debt to income even further down, so my credit goes up even more. So I told them, starting tomorrow, 10 a day again, babe. 10 a day. We're doing.
That's good, man. I've sold 3 today. One I shipped out. I sold a pair of these Hart Schaffner men's pants.
How much?
For 25 plus.
That's about right.
Plus shipping. And this Cuisinart ice cream maker with shipping for $175. I think I was like $10 into that one, so that was a real nice flip.
How many did you sell on the weekend?
This weekend was good, man. Like Monday, I had over 40 orders going out between eBay and Poshmark. But see, I tier my sales. So the last week of the month on eBay is my big 40% off week. So the sales are just pouring in all week. And now that we're back to the top of the month, this week it'll be slower, but my profit margins will be higher. Like I'm only doing 20% this week, and then 30, then 40, then 50. Like I'm adjusting my sell prices. My listing prices are going to be really high, above comps, probably 20%, the top comp.
That's how I am.
Then I'm going to start with those big sales every week.
Now, I have a question for you. Are you close to retirement?
For teaching, I could retire in 7 years, but I do not want to stick around 7 years. I want to be.
No, I thought maybe.
My debt
but no. Yeah, dude. Right now, I can tell you, we're not going to school this year, or this. You're going to be done. Like I guarantee you're done with teaching. You're not going to want to go back if you keep doing this.
I don't want to go back.
Every single day. the way you're killing it, you're not going to. You don't need to, man.
That's what I was telling Clay. Like, this is my experiment. If I can get where I'm doing 10K months consistently, then I'm proving to myself that I can do this.
Yep.
In worst case scenario, I go back 1 year, and I was superintendent. We probably going to be starting online anyway. So this online stuff is a piece of cake. Val was cuddling her cat at 6 a.m.
Do you still have some hope that if you get 10K, you might not go back in the fall? And have you had that talk?
No, because we have too much debt. So yeah. I'll be using that as a big shovel to knock out the debt. And
I was about to say, man, if I go back, and I know that you're in a better spot seller-wise, I'd be going, man, if I go back and you're not there, that'll really suck. It'll be the flip of what we had planned.
Now, what is your plan, Clay? Because
I'm going back.
You are?
Yeah, because since it's like, you know, I do miss the kids and all that, but since we're probably going to have a weird schedule where I'm getting better at all this, you know, getting more closer to real processes, more listings, I can grow this.
Exactly.
And I won't be as beat down. Like, I love the kid part, like Brian, but I get tired of like doing the same lesson 6 times a day and having this, like, by the end of the year, it's like 10 weeks break. And I'm okay for the most part being inside. Even if my quote summer is inside, it'll be such a big chunk that I can go back and power through 1 more year.
How much have you, since I've told you to do YouTube and keep doing the list, like, how much have you on average sold compared to what you were before?
I had about one a day in April, you know, an item.
That's good.
Yeah. So for me, I kind of right now look at it as items, because as I told Brian, I got to figure out getting all the listings up and then sit down and do the paperwork and get GoDaddy and figure out what I'm making.
I need GoDaddy too. Like, we all need I need to probably start that at the same time you do it, man, because I'm slacking on that because I've just been busy with my real job.
Yeah.
And just doing other shit, man, and doing it too. Like,
I don't really know what I'm making exactly. I mean, I know most of the stuff. Like, I just sold today this jacket from the second store, the main storage unit Brian and I did together. So that's like a quarter, sold it for 19. So even after fees, 15? So that's 30 times my money.
Insane. You go to some retail shop and you tell me who can make those type of profits.
Yeah.
Selling retail clothing. You know what I mean?
And that's why I'm okay. I'll probably try to do a storage unit on my own relatively soon if Brian doesn't want to, but then have him come and we'll do it cleared out.
Just hold a pair of shorts right now
to make good videos. But because I'm okay since I got my storage wall, like, if it takes forever to sell, once I get to 0 death pile, I can keep current. That's the main goal. Like, I know I can't handle doing it. Brian.
Clay, 1 second, pause. I gotta get this in about real quick. Lady Luck Junk, how many listings do you have? Bet. Let's race to 800. Val, it sounds like you're subscribing to the Clay School of Relisting. Spaghetti is not greater than listing. No, ma'am. I don't care how good it is. Get out of bed.
I want to tell you guys a big tip before we talk again. If you guys have stuff you haven't decided, because since we all have those free listings until July, I think now.
Yeah.
If you guys have not gone back in the last 3 months or gone back to your old inventory 3 months and beyond and ended sell similar, start doing it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I have sold, I want to say 20% of my sales come from that. Old listings, just rehashing up, and they sell.
Okay.
No joke. So if you're not doing that, you're missing out on more money. So it only takes me to switch around some of the keywords and then change the front picture, because it all works with the algorithm. It only takes like 1 minute a listing, 2 minutes a listing. So if you can bang out 10 of them in a day,
on
top of what you're doing now, you're going to get even more organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what are you guys doing for promoted listings?
I have a lot of mine at 1% right now. Most things, almost everything.
Yeah, I promote everything.
I'm trying one. I did a bulk edit once I figured out how to do that.
Yeah.
me, it kind of like there is this one medical device that I've got listed for like $999, and based on the sell-through rate, 2 are available. 26 have sold in the past 90 days. So there's no reason to promote that. Like, it's going to sell organically. But most things I'm doing like 1%. Because like I was talking with Chris, it's like, let's do a month at 1%. Let's look at the traffic. Let's look at the conversion rates and all that. And then maybe we adjust it. I mean, you got to give it time to be able to analyze that data.
When did he tell you about this?
That was the end of last month. About not that long ago, about a week ago.
Not that long ago, yeah.
Who do you think told him this?
Are you saying you did?
When we had our private talk, of course I did. I did all the theories on it, man. I did all of it. And I'm telling you, promote, do not go organic. Because what it is, you can see the graph. It shows you your organic, and then it shows you your promoted.
Yeah,
you always want to have your same thing in front of more eyes. And how do you do that? You promote it.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Exactly what you're talking about.
Clay, have you signed up for Daily Refinement? Chris's talk in the morning?
Me, not yet. I thought I was going to this month, but I probably will in a couple weeks. I'm trying to get. I don't know. I'm trying to get right with it.
Kevin?
Yeah, I see it.
This is all right. So this is when I joined Daily Refinement, and then my listings it was picking up by a little bit right in here.
Look at that.
Like right, I switched to listings.
Look at that, and I'm telling you, bro, it's the truth. I did the whole thing myself. I stopped for a week, and I did not even last 3 days. I had to go right back onto it. I was no way because I wasn't making.
There's 2 parts to this. Like you're right. Like one is the promoted listings jump. The other factor in this week was that's my % sell. So between the 2 of those, it just blew up my sales. Now this week, they're up, but they're down compared to where they were. But this is only a 20 week, but they're higher than what they were previously. And so that's got to be the promoted listings part. But they're not as high as last week because the was higher last week than this week.
Yeah.
But look at the sales. I mean, the sales are corresponding to it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I have since from May 1st. I have one. I don't even know if I did the promoted on May 1st. Let me see what day May 1st was. I did it over. What are we? The 5th. I don't think I did promoted till.
Clay, what's your total?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales since I started the promoted, and 1, 2, 3 of 6 are from promoted listings. Since May. So half. Yeah.
Clay, I just sent you a message on the group chat.
Okay, I'll look here.
How much is Chris's morning call thing?
It's about $10 to $12 a month. It's like now he switched it to a year. It's like $111 for the year.
So he's not doing it monthly?
No, he switched. I think it's just easier for him to keep up with. But so you pay once. I mean, it's so worth it. Like $100.
I was gonna give him the month. I was gonna give him $13 to pay for the month. I was just gonna give Clay that. But I didn't know it was for the year.
I appreciate
that's not the problem. Clay's is a mindset kind of thing.
Well, yeah. I'm not ready. I don't think mentally yet to go in there and.
You may not be ready, but man, you're gonna learn.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, I guess part of it is this is all from Brian's perspective. And I think it's the way they do it is correct. When they say, well, what are you going to get done today? And if they say, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, and I might be okay. Or I might say, well, I'm going to try to do this and this. And they're like, well, that's not concrete enough.
You're trying, man. Why are you scared? Don't be scared. Just tell them what's going on.
Then the next day they're going to say, well, did you get that done? And I'll be like, no, but I'm okay with it because I got to be okay with it because I didn't do it. And that won't be good enough is in my head. Now,
you know what you're doing, Clay? You're finding every excuse in the book not to make more money.
Well, somewhat, but I think that's how the group. That's how I feel like it's going to be. That they won't like if I say I'm okay that I didn't get it done yesterday because I can't go back and do it.
How do you feel, Brian?
Well, like we've talked a lot about this, and I think I pushed him hard on this. Personally, I mean, he's explained it, but like and there is one guy in the group that actually mindset, and I even shared this with him, Jack Pittman. You probably know Jack Pittman, he was a big drop ship. So the way he approaches it is like he has to do things to get his mind right, because when his mind right, he's going to be successful. But he does have a checklist of things that he has to get done, because you've got to have a plan and you've got to have some accountability to make sure you're doing these things. Like Chris said on one of the calls, he's interviewed you, he's interviewed tons of successful resellers. None of the successful resellers go into it just, well, I'll do what I feel like today. That's not going to work. So
you gotta hustle.
If your goal, and I'll tell Clay this because I've already told him, but if your goal is to do this full time, then you're going to have to develop a certain mindset and schedule, and it's not like no one's mean in there. Like everybody's supportive and encouraging, but you will feel the pressure of like, well, all right, I've got to do what I said I was going to do, or at least try, because I'm going to have to report back the next day. But that little bit of pressure, can harness it. It's like the wind to your sail, man, to take off. I wish I would have joined the group like 2 years ago. I would probably be doing $15K a month right now. I believe it.
Man, coulda, coulda, shoulda. If I didn't quit YouTube, if I didn't quit eBay, think of what I would have been now. It happened.
Real schmuck that we don't like with the big head.
hey, Clay, Val's going to be your accountability partner.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hey, y'all need to be,
Val,
you need to be her accountability
I wasn't laughing at the accountability, Val. I was laughing at the spaghetti comment. So
he's curled up with a cat in the morning. Clay's, I don't know, passed out on the couch with the TV on. I mean, and the thing is, like,
what am I trying to do?
Well, it's easy to be unstructured, but I make sure I'm in bed by 11 p.m. and I'm up by 7 at the latest. Like this morning, I woke up and I wanted to go back to sleep, but I had all these thoughts. I'm like, man, I got this listing to do. I've got this to do. I've got that to do. I mean, I'm ready to get going. I'm like, freaking car. Hey.
You have to be, man. Like, you gotta think, be successful. If you want to be successful, you can think it. I mean, I didn't become Central Florida's #1 all-state salesman by sleeping all day and not listening to my manager and staying unmotivated. No, man, I set my own goals. My goals has always been at my job, 1 a day. That's my goal, 1 a day. So, it's you just get into a rhythm. I think it's all about finding that rhythm and just staying in it.
Yeah, momentum, right? Like, it's moving in the right direction, and you build momentum doing it. Because even let's take listing for example, right? I think you've got to block off at least 2 to 4 hours to do it, because when your first few listings, everybody's first few listings are pretty terrible. Like, there's no flow. You're trying to get set up. But after you get a couple under your belt, you hit this rhythm, and man, you just start cranking them out. You become more efficient after probably 15 or 20 minutes. So it's like you've got to block these chunks of time, and you've got to make sure you're doing what you need to do. Like me getting that Rolo printer, that thermal printer was a game changer. It's saving me a minute per package. Like Monday, I had over 40 packages to ship out. That saved me an hour. That's an hour I can list or I can source online. And so, I mean, that's what Chris's calls are all about. It's like, all right, what are our goals? What are our strategies? What can we learn from each other? How can we tighten up our processes and get better?
You need to learn. I'm telling my girls, you listen to this because she needs to learn. Consistency. Do your job. Well, like the Patriots say, do your job. Next thing. It's not right? I'll have the next girl up in that sitting in that chair.
Dang.
She knows.
You're When I see a shoe flying across the screen, I'll be like, I saw it coming.
She knows I'm joking. But yeah, like I said, we've been a little lazy lately, and we just trying to reel it back and start listening. Now we're motivated. We want to buy a house. Now we got to start saving that money.
That's the thing. The thing, Kevin. Like, I think you can't keep up that pace. No one can keep up that pace forever. You do need to everyone does need to take a week off here, a long weekend there, get away from it, recharge. Because when you come back, like what you're saying, you're going to come back so motivated and so fresh. You're going to be probably an extra 50% more productive for the next couple of weeks.
Definitely. That's 100% true, man. Because it makes you not burn out. You know, like I haven't done a video on YouTube in 2 months. I don't care. Doesn't pay me. I don't. I think what I have to say is relevant to what you guys say too. We all think alike. And there's 100 or 1,000 people right now out there saying the same stuff. So I just speak for myself and what I do and hold my own self accountable. Is YouTube important to me? Not one bit. It used to be. It used to be, but not one bit, man. I love coming on channels and just like this, talking, hanging out.
This is where I'm at. Like, I love these live chats, and I'm even considering, do I want to keep on to do my what so's? Do I want to do my other videos? I'm not sure, but I do love these live chats because I don't know, it's more organic.
Yeah, it's fun, but just don't waste your time. Don't waste your don't waste much time, because again, YouTube's not paying you. Your money is in eBay. You know, you're not getting paid like Cincinnati Picker or Pete from Craigslist Hunter. They're getting paid differently because they're also getting paid by YouTube. So when your average sales $14 before taxes and everything, and you're a full-time YouTuber, you know where you stand. You're a YouTuber, that makes you money. eBay's extra, so it's the opposite. Now, doesn't mean that they don't know what they're talking about, because they do, because they've been doing it for long enough. But that's just what they do. They do it for extra income. Their YouTube is their main income. And how many people are doing that right now in the reselling world? Maybe 5 people, if you think about it. Rockstar Flipper, Craigslist Hunter, Rally, Cincinnati Picker.
Yeah, Rally.
And who knows what Steve Rakin specializes anymore, because he's all over the place. So, again, I only named 4 of them. I can't think of really much anybody else that does it. So
yeah, maybe Bonafide Hustler.
No, he does not have the subscribers like that. Like Cincinnati Picker, he struggles to get to over 3,000 views. You got to be making consistently 10, 20, 30,000 views to be overcoming what you're selling on eBay. You know what I mean? So because
it's more supplementary to a lot of these sellers.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing. It just means their goals are different than ours. They don't need to have the eBay store, except Craigslist Hunter. That's a big part of his business. Really, we can throw him out. We can throw Rally Roots out, and then now we're down to Cincinnati Picker, and probably maybe, I don't even know. I'd even call Harry Tornado a full-time YouTuber, only because he doesn't get as many views as everybody else does when they're big.
Right.
I think a lot of Josh is on his way. I think that Resell, the one I used to watch a while ago, Ready Set Resell, I think he's on his way. But they did it by being consistent on YouTube. I don't have time for that shit, man. I have time.
I think this is the question you have to ask yourself, and I think if you stick with YouTube, eventually you might make it. But how many hours did you sink into it? And if you would have sunk those same hours into reselling, how much more? Because if you look at the biggest eBay resellers, BFHO, some of these really big clothing resellers, they're not on YouTube, and they're making millions. So you do have to consider that.
YouTube's a great social avenue, which I think YouTube here soon is going to start going away with resellers. I think you're going to start seeing them branch out to other platforms. like Instagram, TikTok, or there may be another one that comes along. It's oversaturated. YouTube is the most oversaturated right now when it comes to resellers who's trying to make money off of videos. It's hard. It's hard to consistently have videos that pop and make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views. But to be a consistent full-time YouTuber, you have to be at like 75,000 to 100,000 views in a video to be making full-time money on YouTube. Like, yeah. I mean, and I don't see anybody doing that besides maybe Cincinnati Picker and a few others. And the few others are full-time eBayers. So really only Cincinnati Picker that I can think of. Maybe Lonnie. Still, he's on the lower spectrum. That's how I look at it.
YouTubing's hard, Daddy. Daddy, YouTubing's hard.
But I mean, if you look at
George Bush imitation there.
If you look at
yeah, and I didn't watch Cincinnati Picker for long when I first started watching because I'm like, he's kind of interesting, but I only watched him like for a week and gave up. I was like, there's better channels to watch that are more entertaining. And I thought I could learn, and I wanted some entertainment too, or more personality that I liked,
Yeah, Val has a good point. She says YouTube's her social interaction. It's been a slow growth for her, but I've seen it's helped her reselling. The only reason my mystery boxes sell is because of YouTube.
You got to listen to the right resellers. Like, that's why I always go back to the old school resellers, because I learned 20%. I'll say strongly, 20% was on my own. 80% was listening to was going on the hangouts, the private hangouts with my OG resellers. That's where I learned a lot of my skill was from those other resellers, because they hold you accountable. And then we do contests behind the scenes. We were doing month contests, who could sell more, who could list more, even though I couldn't win that. And same thing with Golden Finger Picker. It was Amy Ronnie every month, but it still motivated us and held us accountable. So it gives you accountability. It gives you get to learn a lot. But what I'm saying is don't mess around and make videos and edit too much, because you're missing the whole point of this, to make money reselling, not to make money. But if you get consistent, I say consistently put 2 videos out a week, every single week for like a year, you're going to start seeing a lot of growth. But who's going to do it? Chad quit. I quit. Ronnie quit for a long time. The Gilmans just came back from like a 2-year hiatus like I was, or 5-year. For me, it was 4-year hiatus, I think it was. But we quit. Why? YouTube requires way too much attention for us. Real resellers. And it burns you out. It burns you out. Simple as that. You ask any reseller, you ask all of them why they quit. I guarantee you a big part of it is burnout. And a lot of you guys don't understand that yet, because you don't have to edit videos. But when you're editing videos and you're trying to make videos for an audience, you do research on tags, it's time consuming. And then it goes into your business. That's probably the best decision that I'm sure the Gilmans and a lot of them made, was by cutting back, because it got overwhelming. Again, it was a different time back, because we all blew up. We all were viral because we were the only ones doing it at the time. Now you have so many people. It's saturated. Like I told you today, I don't want to sit there and see a reseller who I've interviewed make a video about the tape he uses on boxing. Boxing is like, I don't care about the tape. Why would I care about duct tape or Scotch tape that you use? Like, that's not content. That's not real content. Is going out bolo items. Like, I love Bola Buddies. She's awesome. That's content. That is strictly content. She doesn't give out no garbage. Oh, this is what I use for tape on my boxes, and this is how I do this. And no, this is what I look for. This is how you look for it. And I interview these people. That's what people want to hear. And eventually they're going to go away if you keep bringing out, like, I don't care about your boxes, man. Like, I don't care. I don't care about the tape. Why do I care about tape? I just put tape on a box and that's it. I don't care. No offense. I understand you ran out of ideas, but think of something different. Think of something better content. But that's what happens when you're thinking about, oh, I got to keep putting out videos, or people are going to forget about me. They're not going to forget you, man. If you put out good content,
are there any channels that do this, that are resellers, that do almost all lives?
Because was doing it.
So after your live, people. So after your live, I mean, you get the hours and whatever, but I'm trying to think this through. What am I trying to say? Like, most people don't go. You don't get a lot of traffic on a video that was live
after the fact.
After it's over. You will get some, but you don't get a lot. I wonder how that affects the algorithm. I don't know. Like, I love doing these, and like, to me, this is a reward. I call it the Reseller Rewind, talking about the day that just ended reselling, and it's a reward for myself after I've done my reselling and before I go in and disconnect.
You're having, like I said, beginning a couple weeks ago, I said to you, just give a little more on eBay and it'll pay off. Do a little less YouTube. This is what you like. Do your hour, 2 hour long after your workday. Boom. Boom. You'll be able to do it. But now you start seeing some people are stressing. Certain people in the reseller community are stressing because they ran out of content. They ran out of copying people's content because that's what every reseller does on this community. I think everyone has copied a video that I've seen lately. And I'm sure that I've had videos that come out that are close to other people's that I don't even know. But me, I try to make original ideas, and it takes time. I write everything down in a notebook. But I would never do a 10-minute video or 15-minute video on the tape I freaking use to box videos. It's a waste. It's a waste. If I was a fan of you and I watched that, right away I'd be like, dude, he ran out of content. I'm done here. I'm moving on to the next.
Right.
You know, or how about the reseller girl, I forget her name, who's doing videos every single day and then posting it everywhere. And then I think she posted in my group a few days ago. And I laughed. And she goes, oh, something about a video she did. And then the guy underneath wrote, what are you, running out of ideas? You post a video every day. Does anybody even watch your videos? That's true.
Yeah.
If you put a little more time on your eBay and a little more time on your content that you want to make on your YouTube channel for you, think about you, what I want to watch. I always think of like a consumer, maybe because I'm a salesman. This is where me and Chris had a good talk about it in our interview that he's been putting out. What you want to see and make that video. Really, whatever it is.
Pretty much, yeah. My favorite videos I make were like my two about burnout and being a lazy reseller. And those were just spur of the moment. And they're not necessarily great, but they were the two I liked because I just was like, boom, 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 and did it. And if I make more, that's why I keep saying, I'll probably start at some point a self-help vlog or something. And if it becomes something, and I'll talk about different books that I've read and that I could do like in 10 minutes, 15 each day. And that would help me more than maybe me making a whatever. And the only videos I'll do for this is like storage units and Brian and I in the car talking shop, or then if we're talking other stuff, I put that on the other channel, you know, like, yeah. But I'm not, yeah, I don't want to have to sit there and edit. I'm not, you know, and I you know, other people can make better videos than me about what sold and stuff, you know. Anyway.
My thing is that I always said I want to record videos where I can look back and show my kids or my girlfriend and say, this is what your dad did. And then also for a reference point, like, shit, I forgot I sold that for $1,000 or $500. I forgot I had that. I sold that. Sweet. You know what I mean? So that's why I make videos. I when you start thinking like, I want to make videos that would make me happy. Yeah. That's like, you start not caring about your viewers, like how many subscribers or how many viewers you get. You know what I mean? That's why I like coming on your show, because like, I don't care how many viewers you have or how many fans. I come on because you guys actually listen to what I say and you actually take it, you run with it, and you're successful with it. So to me, it should.
What'd you say? Huh? Just screwing with him. His mic.
I know you are. So in a way, it's like I'm teaching you guys, and also you guys are teaching me. You know what I mean? So it's vice versa. I have the experience. I've done this before. And like I say all the time, don't burn out. The fastest way is by doing these videos, by burning out. And like that, you know, I think
Bunny Fufu mentioned they're into people that are entertaining. Yes, but how many hours do you think they put into videos? A lot more than I'm willing to put in right now. I'm willing to put more in my 9-to-5 job and my job on eBay than to do and putting more effort into a YouTube video. Simple as that.
Right.
Because I could have sold 3 times more if I didn't shit around or fart around back in the day with everybody. Because it's something.
Yeah, Val, your channel, I like Val's videos. Like her personality, she's got a really good personality. It really pops out. So I mean, I think there's a lot of resellers you can get nuggets from. I'm at the point where I don't like my series. I get in the mornings on my Patreon call, but I do get tidbits here and there. But it's not like my focus anymore. So it is more of a, and I like the way I'm doing it right now with these lives because it's half the day. Like what happened? Like right now, my big deal is this stupid auction that's ending in less than 2 hours. So, and I don't have to, I don't have to plan this out too much. I can just take notes during the day if there's something that happened that I want to talk about, or if there was something on the call that I want to discuss, or if I have an idea. So this is like, these are easy to make, and there's a big social element that I really enjoy. So I'm going to be doing mostly these. I'll probably throw out a garage sale video, a storage unit video when those happen. Maybe a bolo video, but it's definitely not my main focus. I'm happy doing the lives, to be honest.
Yeah, I like coming on here and hanging out. But just don't burn out, man. Don't burn out doing eBay, and don't burn out doing YouTube. I
think I'm too motivated. Like I want to get to do this full time. So I mean, and like for me, if I take that one day off a week, like Sundays, if I take that off, I can go a long time on 6 days, and then eventually, I take a week, like kind of what you did, to totally get away, just totally forget everything, and then come back ready to go.
Yeah, and then man, I'm very motivated to go to start doing 10 listens a day again. But I mean, I only speak from experience. So that's why I've been preaching lately. Y'all need to relax your brains sometimes. Turn off the work mode. Don't
worry, mode. I'm good with that.
Like I got the only YouTube channels I
relax too much. That's place, probably.
I think the only channels I watch is you guys, Ronnie Hart, and the Gilmans, and that's it. So normally I'm on YouTube watching things that have nothing to do with reselling. It's like the virus. When you get so much of something, you just get sick of it.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
And I don't want to do that. That's why I like coming out here talking to the resellers, seeing what they're up to, different strategies, and I like to try to implement their strategies, mix it with mine, because I'm always learning. That's one thing, is you can be a master reseller, but you're always got to be learning. And if you're saying you're a master reseller and you've learned everything, then you're lying to yourself. Because
what I've been doing fun. What I've been doing lately is like I'll pick one of the people that are in the chat that come out here every day, or come out here often, and I will, when I'm shipping, because that's easy. While I'm shipping for an hour and a half, I'll just stream a lot of their videos, leave some comments, and kind of get to know them a little better. Like I did that for Val. I did that for Flipping Goodies the other day.
I haven't heard. I reached out to Mike this morning, I think, and said, "Hey, man, how you doing?" He's like, "Good." That was it. So that's the least I've talked to him in a long time. I don't know where his head's at. I know the last time he was going to quit. And he was going to make these reseller videos, but I haven't seen anything pop up my notifications of any new videos he's made.
Yeah.
But I also told him, like I told you guys, cut back on the YouTube, focus on your business more. So maybe that's what he's doing.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think YouTube should be the cherry on top.
Yeah.
It should be the main course.
I love coming on these and talking shop. Like that's why I come to watch this stuff. But I also like watching resellers just talk about non-reselling stuff.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I'm going to be on tonight with Golden Finger Picker, Hearts Picker, and Gilman's. And we're not even doing a live. We're not even doing a private live or recording it or anything. We're just going to talk and see, hey, we haven't seen you all of each other in one room in 5 years. What have y'all been up to? Simple as that. And maybe we can pick some brainstorm stuff, and maybe we can get the old reseller meet and greet Chad used to have on his channel going again, man, and get that thing rocking, because I definitely miss all four of them. Me and Sarah, we talk all the time. Like me and her on Saturday night, we did a live chat even when I was on vacation, and we just couldn't get everybody to go on at the same time that night. So I thought, like, let's just reschedule it for Tuesday, so we're all good to go, you know. And I'm excited about that. This is like, for me, this is bigger than doing the interview with a lot of Josh and doing the interview with Daily Refinement. This is like my old dudes getting back together, and I think a lot of it is Chad. We're all motivated by each other. So I think the Gilman seeing me come back and them come back at the same time. Ronnie was pushing hard at coming back again too, and I think we're all pushing Chad to come back. He finally came back. So it's really all of us just, hey, listen, let's do this again, guys. Come on, we're 4 years later, 4 or 5 years later. I think it's 5 years coming up on later. Let's go hang out again and see how we're doing. You know?
Yeah.
Because really, it's like, we did it. We started the whole community, and we all went away because we burned ourselves out or for other reasons. And now we're all around the same time coming back and having a good time with it and not taking it as seriously as before. Because we were watching the viewers. We were watching the bottom line subscribers. Now, we don't care. People will watch us if they like us. If they don't, they move on. Simple as that.
Yeah. Jay, come in. Have a good night.
Night,
Valley,
Jay.
for dinner. I'm about to have to get off, too. I told my wife 6 o'clock. I think we're doing some nachos for Cinco de Mayo. Maybe
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. Maybe a little margarita. I don't know.
We'll get some. I think my girlfriend's gonna make some of those too after she just heard that, Brian.
Nice.
She just said, I think I'm gonna make that too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's not feeling good. She's had a headache the last few days and a few months, and she's just been under so much stress with the trying to get full custody and everything of her son, and idiot missed another court date. Missed it. And they give him another extension. I don't get it, man. This is the 4th time he's missed his court dates. It's insane. And who do you think's paying for their lawyer? She's paying for a lawyer. His is done by the court. It's insane.
Right.
I mean, the only reason, and I'm not defending, like, if you worked and lived out of town that to me, should be one of those, that kind of shows, he's coming from, I know nothing about him, but a person could still be an okay parent, but not if you're trying to get custody or half, that you can't show up 1 out of, or 3 out of 4.
He's refused 3 different drug tests.
Well,
and he hasn't taught. He's supposed to, whenever he wants to call his son to do a visit over the phone because of coronavirus, they want to do phone visits. He hasn't called.
Yeah,
he hasn't called once since the call went down. Also, the last court date he missed was an over the phone, over the Skype or whatever, his Zoom
video.
That one too. So there's
no do video. That's not good.
He's excuses, and then his lawyer even said, "I haven't heard from him in a week."
Oh wow!
Been trying to get a hold of him for 2 weeks. Can't get a hold of him. Why are we still fighting for this? He doesn't obviously want to keep this kid.
Hey Val, real quick before you go, if you're still there, what are you making tonight? I always like to know what people cook. I love food too much.
Val is going to make some dish that is part Portuguese, Mexican, and Chinese to celebrate her ancestry. That's what she is, Brian. She's an even mix of Portuguese, Chinese, and Mexican. Not making it up.
By the way, Val, I just watched your most recent. I hope she's still here. I just watched your most recent unboxing.
Yeah,
and too.
Yeah, I like her videos. Her personality pops up. Hey, and Thanks for coming by. He is actually going to donate a box of men's dress shirts.
James,
we're gonna be doing a giveaway. We just got to figure out how that's gonna work. So we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So all right, guys, it's 6 o'clock. I gotta get off here before my wife comes and kills me. Thanks for dropping by, Kevin. It's good talking to you, Clay. Get those listings up.
Yep, I'm still working it.
And Kevin, go have a margarita with your girlfriend. Y'all relax.
I don't drink, bro. Almost a year sober this month.
Well, that's right. You told me that. We'll get her a drink. You can have another cigar.
This guy's trying to make me go backwards over here.
Well, go relax. Everybody go relax, and we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all. Oh, check this out real quick before y'all go.
You just sold something.
All right. Peace. Good night.